All right, hello and welcome to a demo of Visari, formerly called Art Training, still named kind of generically Art Training in every single thing I have it in. This is an art training tool, hence why it was originally called that. I'm going to take you on a quick little look at the different things you can do in Visari. I do keep remembering I switched my webcam position. It used to be over there, which is why I'm leaning over there, but it's now over here. So I need to remember to do that. Anyway, so you see here, how does this work? I have different training folders. So first of all, this is a completely standalone desktop tool. I have, so it's running in Electron, it's running on Windows, currently Windows only, but we're going to get a Mac version soon. I currently have different folders here set to different things in my desktop. So in my NAS, my Z drive, I have a sketch folder, a pixel art folder, a paint folder, a vision board, and then something for language learning, which isn't even for art, but is great for this purpose. I'll get into that in a little bit. If you want to add a folder, you would press this add folder up here. It's going to show you a bunch of different options for folders on your desktop that you can add. Unfortunately, it does not show up in this preview because I'm doing window capture, but imagine just the generic Windows select a folder and it'll be added here automatically. And what happens is that of all the images, the JPEGs, the PNGs, the WebPs, I'm sure there's weird image types that aren't supported by this yet, but the big ones, the big guys, they will be randomly selected. So if I go to start training here, let's hope we get a good. This is completely random. I have no idea what image is about to show up. To be clear, I don't think there's any pornography. No, there's not. This is actually a great image. I forget who this is on Twitter, but this is a reference picture. This is a stylistic reference picture. So, for example, in my sketch folder, I have both anatomy and also stylistic references of artists I really appreciate. And so, what I can do here is okay, grab the random picture from that set of images, right? That folder of images, and now I can move it around. I can recenter it, pan it, etc. etc. This is a WebP, by the way, in case you were wondering about our WebP support. And the way that this works is that I can draw it. I have my little drawing. This is my shitty drawing system. I do have a better. I got the. Oh god, this is nightmares. There's so many cables here, and I need to get rid of every single one of them. I got my. Is this Memozyne? Memozyne, and then my Pentel. But I can't start using the good shit until I finish the bad shit. So I'm going to do that. Anyway, that was a digression. The point is that you draw, and then you can do one of three things. Let me say I wasn't really interested in this image. I could skip it, go to the next randomly selected image. I can actually move this to a folder. So what I usually have is my sketch folder is kind of like an inbox, right? So I might see an image where I'm like, this would be better as a painting project rather than a pixel art project. And so I'll take it to the painting folder or the pixel folder instead. So that shows up when I'm doing, pixel training or paint training. Or vision board if I'm like, I want to save this also for, I use it as a sketch, but I want to save it also for, vision boarding later. Or I can even do, I found this to be great for language learning as well. So I have a language learning folder in here also. If I mark it as complete, what happens is that it actually deletes that picture from that folder. This is my own personal preference. This is a personal trading tool that I made for myself originally. I think in future iterations, I will probably give you a setting somewhere that says whether you want this to be deleted or just move on to the next one. The idea there is that once I've drawn the picture, I'm done. I want to move on to another picture, and I want to get rid of like the stuff that I have in this folder is not stuff that I want to save for later. In fact, that's what the vision board is for. The vision board is like, I want to save this permanently, which is why I'm not marking it as complete, right? That's the system that I have set up here. And that's also when we say 477 completed, that's every time I've pressed the mark complete button, which is, a lot of sketching. This is all the done ones. I don't know if that doesn't even pick up on camera. Whatever. It's not that good anyway. All the done ones, or sometimes I'm just like, this is a dumb image, I'm not going to use it, so I just use this as the delete button. And then it says here 1521 remaining. That's how many images are still detected within that folder. Like, that's how many images I basically have left until I complete my sketch training. I can also do language learning. This one has a lot because it's basically just a shit ton of manga scans that I saved that are raws. This one's going to A, take a very long time to load. B, I am not sure what we're gonna see here. I'm gonna hope it's something from like a Beck or a silent voice and not something pornographic. Oh, it's JoJo, perfect. Oh, that's wonderful. So basically, in this case, in this scenario, how I have it set up is, if I'm doing like reading and I'm just doing like quick little drills, right? I'm not doing for like full immersion. I'm not trying to read a book cover to cover. I'm just like, okay, this is a drill. Here is a page. How do I read X given page, right? I'll go through. I'll be like, okay, Sore ni Atashi. I'm not going to read any more of that because it's not like I would understand anymore. I haven't done that much Japanese yet. And so, you read it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. I'm going to mark this as complete and then move on to the next one, right? Or what if I'm doing these manga panels, I'm doing these manga drills, I'm like, oh, damn, that's some good art, actually. Then I might want to save it to Sketch, or I might want to save the vision board, right? So it's sort of like a multi-purpose app in that way. At least that's how I've personally been using it. So yeah, this is Vasari. I know it says art training. It's because I originally called this art training, but then I realized that art training is not a very marketable name. So in some of the images, videos, etc., when you see this, it might say art training. That's why. It's because I originally just generically called this art training. And also the UI, the palette might change too, because this is just the generic cursor slop UI. I haven't done anything with the color palette specifically yet. But anyway, that's that. I hope you enjoyed it. I need to remember that the damn camera's over here now. And I will see you in the next one.